about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking. Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
The Wolverines return home for a pivotal conference matchup against the Roos of Kansas City, in which the winner will be tied with New Mexico State for first place in the Western Athletic Conference. It's a packed house in the Lockhart Arena, and we are ready for what will surely be an exciting game. I'm Matt Biamani, joined by Kyle Bruderer, and this is another presentation of WAC Basketball on the WAC Digital Network. Today's game, Kyle, features two of the best players in the conference, in Jordan Holland and Erica Mattingly.
You know, for Kansas City, Erica Mattingly leading the Roos and the WAC with 19.5 points per game, and she gets to the free throw line over 7 times per game. So she's really the front runner for Player of the Year right now. Absolutely. In the WAC. So her, and then for Utah Valley, Jordan Holland, who's been averaging a little over 13 points per game this season, has even upped that to 14.5 points per game and 7.5 rebounds. You also got to mention Alexis Cortez, who's been shooting 52% from 3 in WAC play, averaging 13 points a game. So I think it's going to be a really fun matchup. These two teams in the top 3 in the WAC standings as well, so I'm excited for this one.
The Wolverines return home after a road trip in which they went 2-1 with wins at Seattle and wins at UTR-GV.
The one at UTR-GV, such a special game to watch. Jordan Holland, her first buzzer beater of her career. Beautiful play drawn up from the sideline from Coach Nixon, just worked out beautifully. One of those kind of bounced around the rim a couple times and then dropped in. The whole team went nuts. And seeing this team win on the road, because Utah Valley hadn't really gotten any road wins so far in this season, and then they go 3-1. The only loss came against New Mexico State, who's at the top of the standings, and it was a close win. It was 58-52. So Utah Valley is really turning some heads right now in the conference.
That's a great point. In the month of December, Kyle, the Wolverines were 0-5 on the road. They start conference play 2-1. And the one game they lost at New Mexico State, a nail-biter, in which they only lost by 6 against the Aggies, who were first in the conference. So they have really cranked it up in conference play. Lastly, before we get into the starters, what do you think is the key for the Wolverines to get a win at home against Kansas City?
I think the biggest thing, there's 2 things that I have to mention. I can't just leave it at one. One is the turnovers. Utah Valley, they're turnover prone. You know, it's something that they can definitely get better at. Sometimes it seems like they do great and the assist-to-turnover ratio is amazing, and other times it's really, really bad. They've been able to win some games with a lot of turnovers, though, so sometimes they make up for it in other areas. They've also got to rebound the ball. When they rebound the ball, when they out-rebound their opponent, they're in really good shape. So doing that and then keeping an eye, obviously, on Mattingly, that's really the key for Utah Valley.
The Wolverines on the season are averaging 18.5 turnovers per game. Kansas City is below 16, so about a 2.5 turnover difference there between the two teams. That's an astute point. We'll have to keep an eye on the turnover situation throughout this game. Without further ado, let's get to the starting lineups. Starting with the road team, they're led by their head coach, J.C. Hoyt, at guard. Number 14, Erica Mattingly. Also at guard number 15, Taylor Larson. Also starting at guard number 22, Brooke Hampel. Starting at forward number 34, Layla Vigil. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Roos, number 2, a forward, Kristen Moore. And for the home team, led by Coach Kathy Nixon in her 24th season, starting at guard Maria Carvalho. Also starting at guard number 20, Alexis Cortez. Also starting at guard number 23, Madison Grange. At forward, number 14, Eve Braslis. And at forward/center, number 35, Jordan Holland. Wolverines in white, Kansas City in blue, and we're ready to go.
Jordan Holland out there for the tip, and it goes to the Roos. Ball swung around to the corner. Utah Valley kind of rotating and trapping like they always do. Holland gets a hand on the ball. It's poked out and will go to Utah Valley. So a quick turnover. Nice start for the Wolverines.
And a great start defensively for the Wolverines. They've held their last 3 opponents to below 60 points per game. They've really cranked it up defensively. And we talked about the turnovers. You got to be careful with careless passes.
1 turnover each to start the game. The Roos get it back. A lot of movement around the perimeter. The Roos have had a hard time getting the ball inside, but they'll shoot the 3. This one's up. No good. Grange comes up with the board.
Something I love about Grange's game is you're seeing right here at that small forward guard position, her ability to rebound and then bring it down into the front court and initiate the offense. You can never have too many ball handlers.
No, definitely not. Ball poked away. A lot of scrappy play. A whistle blown as Braslis gets hacked. So first foul of the game will go against the Roos.
Obviously, it's very early on, but it
doesn't get much more early than that.
It looks like Kansas City is going to extend that defense well near the midcourt line. What that does is it creates some opportunities for layups, which you saw right there.
I love how perfect that was for you as you were describing it. Grange putting on some heavy pressure. They'll kick the ball back outside to Mattingly. Mattingly with a beautiful pass inside. The shot a little too strong, but great awareness. Cortez. Ooh, she thought about the 3. She's been shooting 52% in WAC play. Surprised she didn't pull the trigger.
And I like that choice because that shot's always going to be there. We can come back to that if needs be. However, the alternative may be being a turnover.
Holland will shoot a 3, though. Bit short, no good. Mattingly with another beautiful pass, but both of those long lob passes didn't result in points, but you got to love her court vision as well as the scoring ability.
You also got to love Jordan Holland and her hustle, getting back on transition defense, making that long pass reception difficult.
Cortez finds Holland under the basket. A lob from half court. The Wolverines go up 4-0.
I mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to mention it again. Almost a steal from Grange. But when the defense is going to be that aggressive on the perimeter, make them pay by taking it to the rim.
Or shooting the 3, as Mattingly does so well, trims the lead down to 1.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. She is a 34% three-point shooter.
Holland backs in, gets the ball blocked away, really had nowhere to go. Looks like it will stay with Utah Valley as Vigil tried to save it and stepped out.
I like this move here by the Wolverines. They have a decided height advantage, and by bringing Josie Williams into action, they can really feed her down low, where she is nearly 6 inches taller than her defender.
Cortez gets it down on the block. Didn't have anywhere to go, but Holland takes it at the top of the key. She'll drive in, float it, no good.
Love the aggressiveness.
Oh, Cortez with the steal and the finish. The crowd's loving it.
I'm loving it too, as the Wolverines, they don't typically start games in this full court press, but they're making it really hard for Kansas City to get any quality looks.
UMKC able to break the press and find a short jumper for Moore. The lead is back down to 1. Holland's got to get the ball across midcourt. Barely does.
Love the
Great
extra
job.
pass.
Utah Valley's been able to, it's like just enough to be able to break the press and get the easy look.
Sometimes that's all you need. And I think having Josie Williams in right now allows for those extra passes because she's going to be around the rim.
Mattingly will swing the ball out. Handful, no good.
Tremendous help defense. Sorry to cut you off there, but this team really, I think, has found their way defensively. They're helping each other. It's really impressive.
The ball movement has been a pleasant surprise today. Utah Valley's very, very unselfish. Not that they've been a selfish team in the past, but looks like their court vision has just been great. Other than that pass just now, as Larson gets a hand on it and comes up with the steal. Corner three, up and good from Hempel, and suddenly it's a tie ball game at 8.
Kansas City shooting nearly 33% from 3 on the season.
Cortez dump it down inside to Williams. That height advantage, couldn't finish, and a great rebound by Vigil.
Vigil, a freshman forward, only 5'10". She's giving up 7 inches to Williams, but she finds a way to get the rebound. What I'm seeing right now, before we go to our first break, is I'm seeing both teams, they're so aggressive defensively that it's rushing their offense. And that's why I think we're seeing some turnovers. We have 6 combined turnovers between the two teams, and Kansas City has 4 of them. And a lot of those are just, as you see right there, unforced turnovers, and I think it's because the offense is just a little too rushed for both teams. They need to slow down and set things up.
It has been scrappy, and the officials are letting them play. Nice pass inside, but a better block by Cortez. She came out of nowhere.
She's been phenomenal ever since she came into the starting lineup over 10 games ago. And it's the Wolverines and the Roos tied at 8.
Welcome back to the Lockhart Arena. Utah Valley tied up at 8 as they host the Roos of UMKC. It's been a scrappy matchup so far, a handful of turnovers, but it's been exciting. It's been fun to watch. The Roos to inbound under their own basket. Able to get it inside to Moore. She'll turn and fire, in and out, no good. Holland tracks down the rebound.
She's such a good rebounder for this Wolverine team.
Jacobson back into the game along with Malufau. They'll dump it inside. Josie, and she gets it stripped away. Great defensive play by Mattingly. Mattingly goes one-on-one and scores.
Got to credit Kansas City. Their defense has been tenacious throughout this first quarter. And their offense has been spotty, but their defense has been consistent.
Holland got bailed out there. She was bumped, kind of dribbled the ball off of her knee out of bounds, but the foul happened just before that.
Subs coming from the Wolverines. Carvalho and Brassless in, along with Malufau, De Los Santos, and Holland.
Second team foul on the Roos. Utah Valley yet to commit a foul.
Neither team has shot a free throw.
It's been a clean game for the most part. The officials are really letting them play. Gotta love it. Holland on the wing. She's going to drive inside. Gets it poked a couple times. Malufau thought about the three. And it is stolen away.
Back-to-back turnovers by Utah Valley.
Transition three from Moore is no good.
I'd like to see the Wolverines get back to what we saw in the first couple of minutes, which was getting to the rim. I think there's been some opportunities in transition to push the pace and get to the rim. And by pulling it out and playing half court, I think they're feeding into what Kansas City wants them to do.
Brassless turned into a couple defenders, and she's going to get the 3-second call. Little miscommunication between her and Malufau.
Subbing in for the Roos, Cristina Soriano at 6'5", a junior from Spain. I wonder if the Wolverines will counter with Josie Williams to kind of match the height.
In the meantime, Grange checks back in for Utah Valley. And Holland commits the foul. Looks like it was before the shot. First foul on the Wolverines today. Pass inside, up to the 6'5" center. She gets it batted away. Grange comes up with the steal. Cortez has a look from three. She'll take it. No good.
Good look. That's a shot you can live with, as she has been shooting so well. No problem there. The Wolverines, though, have not scored in 3.5 minutes.
Ball's poked away, but ends up right into the breadbasket of Moore. She reaps what they sowed. Another turnover. Mattingly with another layup. And the Roos pull ahead 14-8.
7 turnovers for the Wolverines. That's got to be corrected if they want to stay in this game with Kansas City. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network.
The Roos putting on the pressure, but Utah Valley has done a pretty nice job breaking the press for the most part.
They do have 6 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. Got to credit Kansas City there.
Holland pulls up for a real short jumper, but it came up just shy. Transition shot is no good for the Roos, so Utah Valley off and running. A lot of up and down, high-paced basketball today.
It's been a while since we've seen a drive to the basket from the Wolverines.
Carvalho kind of gets back down into a corner. Holland, she'll catch and fire. It's good.
Big time bucket for the Wolverines as that snaps a 9-0 run by Kansas City. Much needed basket for Holland.
It was about a 5-minute scoring drought. Holland, nearly came up with a steal, but Grange kind of gave it back to the Roos. Will it result in a 3? No. Cortez able to track it down. Ball nearly stolen away. Active hands on both ends of the floor. Cortez will step back, in and out, no good on the jumper.
Couple good looks for Cortez. I think she needs to stay aggressive.
Moore, she'll fake, drive in. A lot of contact, but no whistle. She's able to score through the contact. 6-point lead for the Roos. We are down to about 26 seconds left. Just about a second and a half difference. Beautiful pass inside. Braslis gets blocked.
I like the move from Braslis.
Shot clock turned off. We're down to 10. I don't know if Mattingly knows, if she was just unaware of how little time was left. Tried lobbing it up inside. That'll do it for the first quarter. Utah Valley got off to a nice start, but they've been able to close the gap a little bit.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting.
To theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
And welcome back to the Lockhart Arena. I'm Kyle Bruder alongside Matthew Biamonte. It's been an interesting first quarter. 16-10 in favor of the Roos. There have been a lot of turnovers. 7 for Utah Valley, 5 for the Roos after just 1. Points in the paint, 10 apiece. The Roos just shooting the ball a little bit better, and they've had more attempts. 44% from the field for the Roos on 7 of 16 shooting. In Utah Valley, 38%. They've only taken 13 shots, and they are 0 of 2 from 3, while the Roos 2 of 4 from distance. It'd be nice for Utah Valley to knock down a 3 or 2. They do have some sharp shooters. See if they can get a quality look. But Matt, as you mentioned before, you want to see Utah Valley get to the rim as they were in the beginning of the first quarter. Carvalho drives in, scoops and scores.
That's what I want to see. And the reason I want to see that is because when the defense is so extended, you can often beat your defender off the dribble and get to the rim or pass to a cutter. And then not to mention, it's such a low percentage miss.
Mattingly. Carvalho, she pulls up in transition, knocks down the elbow jumper. Back-to-back jumpers, or back-to-back buckets for Carvalho. 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field.
Nice little momentum swing to start the second quarter for the Wolverines. A little energy in the building.
Mattingly comes around the screen. Now back to Moore. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get a shot up pretty quick. I'm not sure if they realize how little is left. Mattingly tries scooping with the left, and it'll be a shot clock violation.
I'm surprised that Mattingly hasn't been more aggressive offensively. She's 3 of 3 from the field with 7 points. She leads the Roos in scoring, but her field goal attempt number is pretty low for the leading scorer in the WAC.
She clearly has the ability of taking over a game, so you got to wonder if at some point she's just going to go nuts offensively. Carvalho finds a seam. Now Grange drives baseline and runs into traffic, turns it over. Cortez went for another block but could not get a hand on it as Vigil was able to score. Braslis spin. She'll kick it out. Grange for three. No. Williams cleans it up. Can't finish. A jump ball will go in possession of the Roos.
The good news is the effort has been tremendous for
both teams. It's been great.
I know it's been a little of an offensive struggle for the Wolverines at 41% shooting. A couple missed layups, but if they continue with this tenacity, I think good things can happen.
Step back three is way off the mark from Mattingly, and Grange tracks down her fourth rebound today. Carvalho, she'll kick it out. Braslis, mid-range jumper is good. She is so good at that shot, just doesn't get too many opportunities.
First field goal of the game for Braslis, and this is a nice little 6-2 run to start the quarter for Utah Valley.
Mattingly. Moore has a look from three. She'll take it. No good. Williams able to track down the rebound. Beautiful pass inside. Cortez is a sneaky good passer. Her court vision, she's had even today, you go back and you've seen she has a couple transition no-look passes, and I think it's something that goes a little underappreciated for her is her passing ability. We're tied up.
I love the shot selection here in the second quarter. All four made field goals coming from inside the paint. 16 points in the paint for the Wolverines.
Moore, mid-range jumper, rattles home, and they go back up by two, 20-18, 6.5 to play in the half. Braslis nearly gets it stolen away. She's able to just kind of swing through a couple defenders, but can't connect. Cortez with another steal. Oh, she misses it barely.
Good effort defensively. That's allowed them to get back in this game.
Three is on the way, no good. Grange, 5 rebounds for Grange in the first half. Eve Braslis, little shake and bake, and she is fouled on the shot. First free throws coming for either team.
Chance for some of these players to get a little break, a little breather. It's been so up and down.
A little breather for us, too. I feel like we've been talking the entire time. First free throw is good for Eve.
She's a good free throw shooter at 70% on the season. Chance to tie the game. It'll be their, not first lead, but they led early. Ooh, in and out. They haven't led since. Kansas City's had the lead for over 8 minutes.
Utah Valley stifling defense, but an open three is good for Ivory.
She doesn't take many threes. Actually, excuse me. She takes a lot of threes, and she's good at three, 41%. You got to run Ivory off the three-point line. What she hasn't taken a lot of is free throws. Only 8 free throws on the year for Ivory, but she's taken over 120 three-pointers on the year.
Wow. Braslis will check out.
She is just hands down the best three-point shooter the Roos have.
Jacobson unable to get across. A 10-second violation.
That goes down as another turnover. Both teams with 8 turnovers midway through the second quarter.
4-point lead for the Roos. Another three. It's good. Ivory catching fire.
Got to run her off the line. She's a above 40% free throw shooter, and now a 2-on-1.
Utah Valley had a great opportunity, but Kiana De Los Santos kind of coughed it up at the last second. Another three. Can she do it? No, this one's no good. Would have been backbreaking for Utah Valley with a third straight three.
It's a 6-0 run by the Roos in the last minute.
Holland, she'll drive. Looks like it may have been deflected as it just caught air and nothing else. Holland with the steal.
That is the 6th turnover by Erica Mattingly. Uncharacteristic performance from her here in the first half. So many turnovers.
Malufau. She'll hand the ball off to Jacobson. Jacobson hesitates. She's going to drive in. Off the glass. No good.
Three-minute drought here for the Wolverines. They got to fight through it defensively. Droughts, they're just a part of the game, but you got to maintain that defensive intensity when going through an offensive lull.
Three from Mattingly is good. She's up to 10 points to lead all scorers, and the Wolverines will call timeout. A 10-point lead, the largest lead of the game for either team. We'll take a break on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be right back for the remainder of the first half.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena. Utah Valley has gone on quite the scoring drought. All of their lost 4, and UMKC on an 11-1 run over the last 3 minutes. Thank you for joining us again on the WAC Digital Network. You can also join us on the KSL TV app, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, as I mentioned, the WAC Digital Network as well. I'm Kyle Bruder with Matthew Biamonte and the Wolverines. Can they stop the drought and close the gap at least a little bit before the second half starts?
They certainly can, but it needs to start with taking care of the basketball. 10 turnovers in the first half, and there's still 4 minutes to go. If they can get better shots and decrease the turnovers, I think they're holding Kansas City to 29 points. They're doing a good job. It's offensively is what's hurting the Wolverines.
Malufau able to gather up the basketball. Now they will go up top to Candia.
We also need to credit Kansas City. Their defense has been phenomenal.
It's been great. Very active hands. They've forced a lot of those turnovers. 3 on the shot clock, and we'll have a blocking foul before the shot went up. You see the official just kind of smirking as the young crowd here went nuts as the shot went in, even though it didn't count.
It's a welcome break for the Wolverines as well. The shot clock was down to 2. Now they get a fresh set. But
Mattingly.
another turnover.
So quick. Lead is up to 12, not what Utah Valley was looking for.
13-1 run over the last 3.5 minutes. And it's the Roos defense that has really opened it up.
Holland, she'll cross over right to left and back up. Candia gets bumped. Holland has a look from 3. Off the back iron, gets her own rebound. Can she make the 2? In and out, no good. Coach Nixon going back to the bench, and it looks like we're going to see Carvalho, Brassless, and Grange in just a moment. Cortez able to force the turnover. 2:19 left in the half. The Wolverines looking for a big push and trim that lead down into the single digits.
Yeah, if they can get it down to 7 or even 6 at the half, I think that would be very good for the Wolverines considering the turnovers. And we haven't talked about this yet, Kyle, but it needs to be mentioned.
Cortez, corner three. Great play.
I was going to talk about the threes. Before that make, the Roos were plus 15 from downtown, so nice to see a three-pointer go in for Utah Valley.
9-point lead for the Roos with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Shot clock down to 5. Mattingly, she's going to fire one up. No good. Lucky break for Utah Valley, but can they capitalize? Carvalho will swing it to Holland. Holland, not the best pass, ends up in the hands of Grange. Three is good! Utah Valley back-to-back triples.
Man, those three-point baskets were huge for Utah Valley, cutting the lead to 6 and injecting a little life. You feel a little more energy from the team after they finally see the ball go in the hoop from downtown.
A minute left in. Oh, Grange comes up with the steal with a minute left in the half. Grange, she fakes the pass. Oh, can't connect on the scoop.
She pulled out the Euro, and it worked. Just trickled over the rim. Love the move from the freshman. I also wouldn't have minded her pulling up for 3, considering there was a little momentum, a little hot streak. Bummer for the Wolverines that didn't go in, but love the way they're closing this first half.
They had to. They didn't want to get that lead too far. They were at 12. It's hard. If that lead gets to 15, 16 points with a couple more buckets from the Roos, which they're very capable, especially forcing the turnovers and scoring in transition. They do have 14 points off of the 11 turnovers from Utah Valley. So, like you said, a great response from UVU, but a lot of time left, just under a minute left, so Utah Valley can't take their foot off the gas.
We've talked about the turnovers, and rightfully so, but we also need to talk about the Wolverines' defense, which has really kept them in this game throughout the turnovers. They've done an exceptional job of forcing turnovers as well and making things difficult for Kansas City.
Double team coming. Grange gets her hand on the ball. It will stay with UMKC, 19 on the shot clock. Carvalho gets a hand on it. A lot of dangerous passing going on. A 3 from the corner is good from Mattingly. She is heating up with 15 first half points.
Wow. Close to her season average of 19 in the first half alone. She does have those 7 turnovers, but she's shooting the ball very well.
15 on the shot clock. About a 5-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Holland fakes the 3, has a lane, and she is fouled on the way to the basket. 2 shots coming for Holland.
She's such a good offensive player. It's incredible the things she can do. And here's the replay. You see the awareness there. She faked the 3, drew the defender, and then drove to the lane. I don't know many power forwards who are a threat from the three-point line to where they suck the defense out and then they can blow by the defense with the dribble. Great move from Holland. 5 points for her here in the first half. Makes the second free throw. We talked about this about 3 minutes ago. If they can keep it to 7 or 6, that's a win, considering they were down double digits a few minutes ago.
Cortez nearly comes up with the steal, but a travel. The Wolverines with a chance to trim that lead down even more. 9.3 on the game clock.
I'd like to see a high pick and roll here with shooters on the wings. And if you can get to the rim, great. If not, kick out for a 3 before the clock expires.
They've got to break the press, though. They've had a hard time getting across midcourt in enough time. Cortez with the Hail Mary pass. Holland couldn't quite handle it. Brazlis. Cortez, she's going to fire up a runner off the front iron. No good. Had a good look. That'll do it for the first half.
All things considered, there was a 13-1 run by Kansas City in the second quarter. They have trimmed the lead down to 7. Nice job by the Wolverines. Nice
Absolutely.
job.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back for the second half. Stick around on the WAC Digital Network.
make some noise!
Let's do this.
Late. Lockhart, come on.
Creative, the world needs an answer.
Give us the answer.
Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show.
We want the answer.
From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
to rise,
to succeed,
to become.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
You ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
To answer one question, will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You've created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP? It feels great, though.
In the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. It wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
MVP, baby!
Step back three, bottom! James Harden!
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Welcome back here in the Lockhart Arena. I'm Matthew Biamonte, joined by Kyle Bruderer, where the Wolverines trail by 7, but showed some life there in the last 90 seconds of that second quarter, cutting what was a double-digit deficit down to 7.
I'll tell you what, Matt, this game has been exciting. Yeah, there's been a lot of turnovers, but it's resulted in a lot of fast break play, block shots, transition threes. It seemed like that halftime was too long. I've been waiting to get back into this, so I'm excited that halftime is over. We are ready to get into it. Both of these teams very, very good. Utah Valley, 6 of their last 8 wins, and then UMKC, 7 of their last 9. And this game right here, Utah Valley technically in second place. They were in first as they were 4-0 in WAC play.
Yep.
Lost that one, their most recent game on the road to New Mexico State, which winning on the road at New Mexico State is no easy task. But UMKC with just 1 loss themselves. So, and it's showing these teams are both very good, causing fits for one another. Moore will kick it out. Back inside to Moore. She is bumped, but the shot does not foul. This will be the first trip to the free throw line for the Roos, and it comes just about 15 seconds into the second half.
Wow. You mentioned this in the first half, but really a clean game. There's only 2 players on the floor with, there's no players on the floor with more than 1 personal foul.
Wow.
No foul trouble on either side as the first free throw goes down. Both of them are made.
Grange will inbound, and still the pressure coming, and wisely from the Roos, because they've been able to cause a handful of turnovers with Utah Valley struggling to get the ball across midcourt. They're able to do it, and a great pass from Cortez into the hands of Braslis.
And if you're able to break the press with the pass like that, it can result in many fast break opportunities. Nice to see the Wolverines take advantage.
Could have been a travel, and it was. Grange to inbound again. We'll see if they do something similar. If they can force the Roos to make a couple of mistakes, the Roos might end up abandoning the pressure. Carvalho gets bumped, able to get through the press. Cortez, corner 3, can she do it? No, not this time.
So far, so good for the Wolverines in taking care of the basketball.
29-36 is your score with the Roos on top. 3 is a bit short, but a rebound from Larson will give the Roos another chance. Mattingly fakes the 3. She'll settle for a long 2 and make it.
17 for Mattingly, 2 away from her season average.
Just another day at the office for Mattingly.
7 of 10 from the field.
Dangerous pass results in a turnover. Mattingly picked up the dribble. She'll go down inside. And Holland tried to draw the charge. No whistle. Looks like Braslis will be called for the foul as she kind of came over the top. So another quick trip to the free throw line.
That's a tough call there, as you saw on the replay. It looks like, I don't even know if she got her hands in there. It just looked like the bodies were so close that the ball kind of fumbled off Braslis' hip. But nevertheless, it's a free throw trip for Kansas City.
Free throw is good for Moore. 11 points. Make that 12. No players in double digits for Utah Valley yet. Braslis finds a cutting Holland, and Holland with the easy bucket.
Both field goals for UVU here in the third have come courtesy of the fast break. And those opportunities are going to be there as long as Kansas City opts for the full court press.
Utah Valley bailed out with a traveling violation. Still a pretty big deficit, 9 points. Josie Williams will check in for Grange. Carvalho able to get around her defender. .13 on the shot clock. Carvalho had to pull back. She's going to drive inside, and she's blocked, but we'll have a foul, I believe, before the shot.
No,
it's going to be on the shot.
Carvalho. Wow. Carvalho, a 83% free throw shooter. That's who you like to see on the free throw line in these situations. And for the Wolverines, great opportunity to slice into that lead
without the time going off the clock. Money.
Smooth.
It's an 8-point lead for the Roos. Carvalho has been stellar today. Perfect from the floor. 3 of 3 shooting. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 2 assists, 1 rebound, and just 1 turnover for her. She knocks down both free throws, still perfect.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. 2 beautiful free throws, and it's a 7-point game.
Moore able to find a cutting teammate inside, no good. But the ball poked away back into the hands of Hampel, and she scores with the foul. That is an unfortunate scenario for
That's
UVU.
painful. They had the defensive rebound on the miss. The ball is, it's not even stolen. It's dribbled off Carvalho's foot. Just an unfortunate break for the Wolverines. And it turns into a 3-point opportunity on the other end. What a bummer. They did everything right. And
they were just a little too clustered together. Not enough floor to dribble the ball. And 3 points the old-fashioned way for UMKC. They go back up 10. Grange able to get it across midcourt. She is trapped heavily, and she's going to have to get it away. Finally, Josie Williams, the recipient. She'll go up off the glass and good.
Nice play there from Williams. She has that soft touch around the rim. Wolverines are hanging. They just got to get stops, and they've shown an ability to do that. It's been turnovers that's really stopped any comeback opportunity.
Moore goes right at Williams, and I think, yes, an offensive foul. Williams, ecstatic. Look at the smile on her face.
And let me tell you why I love that call. Here's the replay. Is Kristen Moore draws the contact.
Right.
So often that call goes against the defense when they don't initiate any force. And so I think that could be called more on the offensive player for trying to draw the foul. Great job by the officials here. They've done a nice job today.
They have. I've been impressed for sure. 15 on the shot clock. Williams. She tries dumping it down into Holland. Somehow it ends up in Holland's hands, and she is able to score with the foul.
Wow. There you go. Jordan Holland up to 8 points now, and a chance to cut the lead to 5. Make that 10 points with a possible 11 on the line.
10 points, 4 rebounds.
And you're starting to see a couple of those weird things that happen in a basketball game go in favor of the Wolverines. Right into the hands of Malufau. And she draws the foul, and the breaks are coming in droves.
Got to give it. Look at the replay. You got to give some credit to Grange. I'm not sure, you can't really see it on the replay, but Grange got a hand on it, forced the Roos to try and bat it back into play, and ended up right into the hands of Malufau.
We talked about this in the first half, but I think it bears repeating. The effort's been consistent throughout. The turnovers have been an issue. Shooting has come and gone, but the intensity especially on the glass, and defensively have been there.
Malufau makes the first, misses the second. The lead has been trimmed down to 5. Hampel drives in on Josie Williams. No foul, but she is able to connect. Connect Hampel now with, looks like 8 points for her. Carvalho gets it stolen away.
And that can happen when you rely on the dribble. The best way to break the press is with the pass. You got to move it before the trap comes.
Looks like Williams picked up her pivot. Coach Nixon in disbelief.
I'm also in disbelief. I'd like to see a replay on that, but I thought she started her dribble before the turn, but that's in the past now.
Doesn't matter now. Baseline J is good. The friendly roll.
A 6-0 run after the lead was cut down to 5.
Malufau to Josie Williams and finally into the hands of Jordan Holland. Malufau on the block. She'll turn, fire, and score. These players have got to be gassed.
All right,
it's been full court pressure and running the entire time.
We're not even into the fourth quarter yet.
Great job by Moore getting around the big body of Josie Williams, and Moore is now up to 16 points, just behind the 17 of Mattingly. Holland has a lane to the basket. She is fouled on her way in, so free throws coming for Jordan. And that is team foul number 5 on UMKC, so if Utah Valley can force a couple more fouls, they can get to the line as much as they want the rest of the quarter.
It's an advantage. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena, where the Wolverines still trail to the Roos 51-40 with 4:18 left in the third quarter. However, the Roos in the penalty now, so any fouls in the last 4:18 here in the third will result in free throws for the Wolverines. So let's see if they can trim away that lead without time coming off the clock, which will be key in the third quarter, as well as not turning the ball over as much as they have been. So Utah Valley has committed 15 turnovers. They've cut back a little bit here in the second half, as they had committed, was it 10 or 11 in the first half? 11. So just 4, but
and
still.
Look, Kansas City's committed a lot of turnovers as well. So really, I think the biggest difference in the game right now has been the three-point shooting of Kansas City. They're plus 12.
Yeah.
They've made 4 more three-pointers, and that ostensibly equals the deficit.
Yeah.
And so you got to credit Kansas City. They just haven't allowed Utah Valley to really get any quality looks from downtown.
Holland able to knock down the free throw. She is up to 11 points to make that 12. Could have been a carry, but no whistle blown. Utah Valley's got to make sure they close out on Ivory, because she buried back-to-back threes earlier on and shoots the three very well, over 40%. Grange with the steal. Cortez in transition. She'll go at her defender. Shoots it up. No good. Free throws coming for Utah Valley.
That is a tough break for Brooke Hampel. I want to talk about this because we talked about it earlier when Josie Williams drew the charge, but I just don't know what Hampel can do in that situation. I know that the foul goes on her, but when the offensive player is initiating that contact, it's just a tough position to be in.
Yeah.
I really feel for defensive players in every level of basketball because in some cases you just don't know what else you can do.
Free throw is no good for Cortez. Utah Valley down 9 again. Seems like 9 has been the magic number. The Wolverines have trimmed it down to 5 a couple times, but haven't been able to close the gap any more than that. The ball is poked out of bounds off of UMKC, so it will go back to the Wolverines with 3:30 left in the third quarter.
The Wolverines have been very good in this game at closing quarters. They're going to need another strong finish to this quarter to make it manageable going into the fourth. Their only 2 made threes of the game. It came at the end of that second quarter.
9 on the shot clock. Carvalho. 5. Now Grange. She has a quality look from 3, and she buries it. So reliable.
42% from downtown on the year is Grange. You cannot leave her wide open.
Ajak into the game for the Roos for the first time. She'll take the wing 3. It's no good. Rebound to Malufau. Grange, can she do it again? Back-to-back threes!
Oh!
She did it!
Madison Grange, nothing but the bottom of the net. And it's a 3-point game. The 3 ball can swing things in a hurry.
Vigil back out. Can she answer? Off the glass, no good. And looks like the ball will stay here with UMKC.
Big
2:10 left in the third.
That is a ferocious low post battle between Layla Vigil and Malufau of UVU.
Great pass inside, but the Roos unable to finish. Cortez.
Yes, that is I was
fouled.
Gonna say, better late than never, but there was definitely some reaching on the rebound. You'll see the replay here. Totally good call by the officials there. And man, credit to me because I pointed this out.
Get out of here.
I pointed this out a minute ago, but the Wolverines have been exceptional at closing quarters in this game, and they're doing it again.
It's true. Cortez with a chance to trim this down to 1 if she's able to knock down both. She's able to knock down the first. 1 more coming. But Utah Valley, if they want to win this game, they've got to get off to a better start. They can't keep playing catch-up basketball. You know, they can have a great end to the fourth quarter as well, but if the lead is too great, it might not matter. 2 minutes left in the third. The lead is just 1. Utah Valley putting on the pressure. Ajak fakes. She's going to drive inside, and she gets it blocked, but comes up with her own rebound another time, and the shot clock expires before she's able to get off another shot. Great defensive stand by Utah Valley.
They've got a chance to take the lead. They were down double digits a few moments ago.
Please give us another Grange 3.
The Wolverines on a 12-2 run over the last 3 minutes.
Cortez picked up by Ajak on the left wing. Grange, she'll do it. Can she make 3 in a row? Oh, so close.
In and out. Great possession, though. That's exactly what you were hoping for.
3 from UMKC is on the way. Ajak with the rebound.
I like that the Wolverines didn't foul on that offensive rebound. Set up the half-court defense.
Oh, Cortez with the big block.
The defense has really heated up the last few minutes here. UMKC is 0 for their last 8. They're on a 4-minute drought. And it really did start with the defense. A couple of those threes helps, but the defense has been there.
Ivory now up to Mattingly.
4 on the shot clock.
She's able to get it off in time, and it's no good. Braslis comes up with the board. Shot clock is turned off. Utah Valley looking to hold for the final shot and a chance to take the lead.
It's been the highest scoring quarter of the day. 23 points in the third. Ball foul down low.
That's it. Utah Valley able to take the lead, but still some time left in the quarter. Can they get the shot off? It looks like they're not even going to try.
And the Wolverines have overcome a double-digit lead here in the third. They finished the third quarter on a 12-0 run. And just like that, the home team in control as we head to the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Welcome back inside the Lockhart Arena after an exciting, explosive, dynamic third quarter. The Wolverines have taken the lead and doing so shooting 80% in that third quarter, 8 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from distance, and 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Matt, what were some things you liked about that third quarter, and what can Utah Valley do to make sure that UMKC doesn't open up another big lead like they've been doing all game?
Defensively, they got to remain consistent, but the good news is they have been consistent all game. If you look at the scoring by quarter, the Wolverines have held Kansas City to 16, 18, and 17 points in each quarter, and what that tells me is they're consistently putting forth excellent defensive effort. And then offensively, we're finally starting to see the ball go in the hoop a little bit. 25 points from the Wolverines in the third quarter. Momentum clearly in their favor.
A very quick foul. Looks like this will go against UMKC. Foul is on Larson, her third personal foul. Carvalho able to inbound. Beautiful pass inside, but Malufau was blocked. Couldn't quite gather it back up, and Ajak cleans the ball up for the Roos. Mattingly was a little quiet, as were the rest of the Roos in the third quarter. The three is on the way. It is no good. The rebound goes to Cortez.
It's been a long time. Oh, what an athletic catch!
Couldn't finish, but Grange, she'll clean it up. She can't finish. Can Malu foul? Nope, not this time, but a foul is called. 2 really quick fouls.
Sorry, I got excited by the catch in transition, but what I was going to say was it's been a long time since Kansas City has scored a field goal. We're talking over 5 minutes, dating back to the third quarter. They have got to find a way to get an easy bucket. But credit the Wolverines defensively. They have just completely closed off the lane.
Yeah.
Everything has become a perimeter shot for Kansas City.
Malufau misses the first free throw. You know it's been a long time when you use the phrase dating back to the third quarter. Malufau can't connect on either free throw.
She's only 1 of 4 from the free throw line, and the Wolverines are 10 of 17 at 58% today. Hate to give up free ones.
Cortez kicks the ball.
Cortez has been a beast.
She's
on
everywhere.
the perimeter. She had the block on Mattingly to end the third. She's making it very difficult for the Rouge to get the ball into the corner.
Cortez has 3 blocks in the game so far.
Wow. What a performance from her. She has 7 points, but she has been a force. I'm not sure she didn't run into her own player. I'd like to see the replay here. She ran into her own player. Lucky break for Kansas City. And maybe her own teammate was pushed into her, and that's what drew the foul, but there clearly wasn't any contact from a Wolverine defender.
No, definitely not. But the first free throw's no good for Mattingly. Only her first attempt from the free throw line. So the fact that she has 17 points and no free throws is pretty impressive. She does have 1 now. She makes the back end. 18 points for her to lead all scorers. 1 point shy of her average. Cortez with the dangerous pass. Carvalho wisely brings the ball back outside. Great job by Hampel knocking the ball out of play with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Not a lot of time for the Wolverines to go to work. Brassless gonna have to shoot. She'll turn and fire. Tough shot, but she makes it anyways.
2-point lead for Utah Valley. Brassless with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. I think we're in for a back and forth seesaw fourth quarter here on the WAC Digital Network.
Ajak gets it knocked out of bounds, and it will go to Utah Valley. The Wolverines able to force the turnover. Turnover number 15.
18 for Kansas City.
Excuse me, 18, yes.
Credit Wolverines. They have really taken care of the ball here in the second half. Only 3 turnovers since halftime.
And look at this. The Rouge have abandoned the full court press for the first time in what seems like ages.
It is the first time.
Cortez, a long baseline jumper is no good, but there's Malufau. She goes back up and scores.
Boy, has she been fantastic today off the bench for Coach Nixon. 5 points, 3 rebounds, boxing out, doing the little things.
She's actually 7 points, 4 rebounds. There was a little delay on the stats, so she's been great.
Wow. And her energy. I love that Coach Nixon is rolling with her too.
Malufau steps out. Ajak, the 3 is short. Battle for the loose ball ends up in the hands of the Rouge. They have a fresh shot clock. What a pass inside from Mattingly to Moore. Moore with 18 points. Utah Valley with a 2-point lead. But UMKC not on the door. Carvalho trying to find Malufau. Finally does. She goes in at Moore. She scores with the right hand.
She has the hot hand. Keep going to Malufau.
Mattingly jump stop inside. Kind of a wild shot. And it is knocked out of bounds by the Rouge.
subs coming for the Wolverines. We're going to see Josie Williams, Jordan Holland, and Kiana De Los Santos. We haven't mentioned this yet, but I'm going to mention it quickly. Madison Grange, new career high in rebounding with 7 rebounds.
She has been amazing. Rebounding, shooting, steals, all of it.
4-point lead for the Wolverines, under 10 on the shot clock.
Carvalho to Josie Williams. She'll fire away with the right hand, up and good. A 6-point lead for the Wolverines.
The Wolverines in the second half, Kyle, have outscored Kansas City 33-20. Great defense there from De Los Santos to prevent the three-pointer.
Great ball movement, results in an open 3 from Ivory. She connects.
Big shot for Ivory. You got to be aware, she wants to pull the trigger, and rightfully so, at a 40% clip.
Holland inside, gets it stripped away. It'll stay with the Wolverines.
No turnovers here in the fourth quarter for the Wolverines. They've just gotten better as the game has gone along. It took them a while to figure out Kansas City's press, but I think they have figured it out here in the second half.
De Los Santos nearly loses the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Carvalho. Oh, we'll have an offensive foul. Looks like this is going to go against Josie Williams. Tough break for the Wolverines.
Let's see the replay here. This is one of those 50-50 calls where you never really know which way it's going to go.
I don't think we're going to get a replay of that, unfortunately.
It's in the past. It's defense that's going to win this game for Utah Valley. Consistently on this end of the floor.
Another 3. Back-to-back threes again for Ivory. It is tied up at 60.
2 tremendous three-point shots from Ivory. Swinging momentum back into the Roos' favor.
De Los Santos picked up the dribble, but she'll hand off to Carvalho. 10 on the shot clock. Carvalho looking for that high screen. Josie Williams fading, firing, no good. Chance for the Roos to take the lead back. A look from 3 straight on is no good. Brassless with the rebound.
Good defensive play there from the Wolverines. Big play here with under 4 left in the game.
Carvalho. Holland thought about the 3, didn't take it. Williams, 1-on-1, and looks like she traveled. Couple of painful turnovers. We'll have a media timeout with 3.5 minutes left in the game. We are notched up at 60 apiece. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
This place is jumping. 3:30 left in the game. Utah Valley and UMKC, two of the top three teams in the WAC standings, tied up at 60 apiece. UMKC with the ball after a traveling violation on Josie Williams.
And credit Kansas City. They were able to take advantage the last couple of possessions where it didn't look like UVU understood that Ivory was on the floor and that she wanted to shoot the three, and they played off of her, and she made him pay with back-to-back three-pointers. So Wolverines have got to be aware that Ivory's got the hot hand, and they've got to force the ball away from her and into someone else.
I love that Madison Grange is back into the game. She has been so impactful today.
And Cortez.
Yes.
Cortez has been exceptional defensively. Several deflections and blocks. This is a big possession here. Kansas City hasn't had the lead the entire fourth quarter.
They had a quality look in the corner. No way! Rattles home for Ivory. Her fifth three today.
3 3-pointers in a row for Ivory. She has single-handedly brought back Kansas City here in the fourth.
Carvalho takes that high screen from Brassless. Carvalho inside. Holland dribbles it off her knee, but she'll have to shoot. No good. There's Grange. Can't connect, but she's fouled.
Holy
what a
smokes.
Fortunate break for Utah Valley. They were looking for a shot clock violation.
Yes, she's definitely fouled. I think that's the right call. And the reason it's the right call is because the foul was down low.
Yeah.
The shot clock expired as she was going up for the shot, but the foul was on a reach. The officials are discussing it.
I think they're going to take a look at the clock. The foul is on Ivory. So yeah, they're checking to see if there was a shot clock violation before the foul took place. So 2:32 left in the game, and UMKC leads by 3 after a humongous three-point make by Ivory. Ivory was 17 points, some blistering shooting from UMKC. 3 players, specifically Mattingly, 18 points, 17 of 14 shooting. Moore, 7 of 10 shooting with 18 points, and 17 points from Ivory on 6 of 10 shooting. That's been the bulk of the scoring. Hampel also has 8 points, but other than that, no scoring from anybody else. So really it's been 5 players that have scored for UMKC, and the scoring for Utah Valley has been pretty well balanced. Jordan Holland leading the way with 12 points. No other player in double figures, but Carvalho with 8, Brassless with 9, Cortez with 7, Grange with 9, and Malufau with 9. So it's been a very balanced effort. And it looks like they're going to say it was a shot clock violation before the foul took place.
And I'm quite surprised by this because we're sitting right next to the slow-mo replay, and I'm looking at the feed right now, and it's pretty clear that there is contact with 1 second on the shot clock, but the refs are going to say shot clock violation, and the Wolverines are going to have to fight through that, but that's not what I saw from looking at the slow-mo replay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter now. See if the Wolverines can respond.
They haven't scored in nearly 3.5 minutes. They're going to need another opportunity, and it's going to start on the defensive end.
They'll kick it on out to Mattingly. She'll drive, scoop in, and score. Beautiful move by Mattingly. A 5-point lead for the Roos with 2 minutes to go.
It's 11-0 run by Kansas City. They trailed 60-54. Wolverines need a basket desperately right here.
Utah Valley, they got to get something done quick. Carvalho will take a high pick from Holland. Holland, she'll take the 3. It's off the mark. Rebound UMKC. 20 seconds on the shot clock, under a minute and a half to go. Things are looking bleak for the Wolverines. They're going to have to force a turnover. Another three on the way. This one's no good, out of bounds. That would have been the backbreaker.
And the full court press is back for Kansas City. Maybe an opportunity for a quick fast break layup if they can break this press.
Grange will inbound to Brassless. Uncontested, she's able to get it across midcourt. 1 minute to go, a 5-point lead for UMKC. Holland drives inside, she scores!
Big bucket from Holland. 14 points now for Jordan Holland, and it's a one-possession game. They don't need to foul. Plenty of time here.
UMKC is going to call timeout, draw something up, and it will be a media timeout as well. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. 44 seconds left. Utah Valley down 3.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests. From innovative exercise science, outdoor recreation to STEM programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
44.9 seconds remain. The Wolverines are down by 3 after a quick layup from Jordan Holland. Utah Valley does not need to foul, but UMKC decided to call timeout and draw something up. So a made basket from UMKC right here will all but do it for the Wolverines. If they can get a stop, things are going to get very interesting. Malu Fau has checked back into the game for Utah Valley. 15 on the shot clock. Mattingly against Grange. Now Holland picks her up, and it's stolen away. Carvalho comes up with it.
Got to go fast. Every second matters here. And a quick timeout from Coach Nixon.
Best case scenario there for Utah Valley is coming up with a steal. 23.5 seconds remaining. Matt, what do you do? Do you want to try and do you want to hold for a three? Do you want to try and get a shot real quick?
The reason I'm tempted by the three is because look at the foul situation. 2 team fouls apiece, meaning no one is really close to the bonus.
Right.
And so 23 seconds, there's a lot less time than that than it appears because of the foul situation.
Right.
So if you're able to score a 2 within the first 5 seconds of this possession, then it's probably okay. But if you take 10, 15 seconds off the clock and then get a 2, you really only have 2 or 3 seconds after that because it's going to take a little bit of time to exhaust those fouls to get to the bonus. And so because of the foul situation, I'm looking for a 3.
And the Wolverines have multiple threats. They could go to Grange, they could go to Holland, they could go to Cortez, they can even go to Brassless. Cortez will inbound on the sideline. Shot clock is turned off, 23.5 seconds left. Cortez will inbound to Carvalho.
Taking a long time to get into the play. 6 seconds are gone.
Inside to Holland. Holland is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Couldn't connect. Ooh, she could have connected on that with the foul. But these free throws coming up, crucial.
That was an excellent entry pass.
Cortez. She's such a great passer.
Wow. These 2 free throws are critical. Jordan Holland is 4 of 5 from the free throw line.
Big shot. Big free throw. Trims it down to 2. Second free throw is good for Jordan. UMKC will call timeout. It is a 1-point lead for the Roos.
It's an interesting decision to take the timeout, as it's going to make it harder to inbound the basketball. So the chances of a steal have just went up.
Yeah.
And the Wolverines, they really have to go for a steal anyways, because they have so many fouls to commit. They may as well sell out for the steal.
For sure, because these officials have really let them play. There's been a lot of contact that has gone without whistles being blown. So if you're Utah Valley, recognize that, go for an aggressive steal, and if it results in a foul, so be it.
It's going to be curious to see how much time is left if and when the Wolverines do get possession. There's 14.5 seconds right now. They do have to commit 3 fouls to get UMKC to the 1-and-1. They do have a timeout remaining, though.
They're able to inbound. Holland, she will foul quickly. Went for the steal, but...
And there goes 2 seconds.
Yeah. And fortunately for the Wolverines, no one in real foul trouble. You know, Brassless with 3, and that's the most for Utah Valley.
Yep, anyone can commit the foul.
Wolverines have got to be aware of that outlet. They're able to inbound. Holland tracking her down and commits the foul. 10.6 left.
Already burned 4 seconds. So credit to Kansas City taking advantage of the opportunity, and this foul will send Kansas City to the free throw line, but they have done their job by exhausting a lot of the remaining game clock.
They're looking to inbound, finally get it in. And, ooh, ball got poked away, but it will stay with the Roos. Yeah.
At that point, another 2 seconds has been exhausted, and now there's a real concern with time. And are you going to be? They're going to review possession. This is very interesting.
This would be huge.
The ruling is Kansas City basketball, and they are going to review.
This just got very interesting. Matt's going to listen in. He's going to be our fly on the wall as they check the review. But in the meantime, Utah Valley, 24 of 51 from the field, shooting 47%. The Roos have kind of been living and dying by the 3 today. They have shot 27 threes and made 9 of them. The officials wanting a different angle, and it looks like...
Oh, man, this is unfortunate. The official is asking for a camera angle on the baseline, and the Wolverines don't have one. And so I think because of that,
hurts.
They're not going to be able to... The ruling stays the same because there was not a valid camera angle.
That hurts.
That is painful because... Yeah, it's just too hard to tell.
Oh, looks like they may have found the angle real quick. That we can see right here.
That's not the angle. They need the angle looking from the baseline.
They're able to inbound, and a foul committed really fast, 7.6. That will send the Roos to the free throw line finally.
I like the choice. I mean, it's not like Kansas City had much of a choice. But Emily Ivory has only taken 8 free throws this whole season. She is 62% from the free throw line, 5 of 8. Good news for Kansas City is they just exhausted half of the remaining game clock.
Yeah.
So when this all began, there was 14 and a half seconds to go. Now there's only 7.6, but there's an inexperienced free throw shooter on the free throw line. And she's a freshman.
Time will tell. Let's see what happens.
This is the first of many pressure-filled moments for this freshman guard.
Free throw is up and good. It rattles home, extending the lead.
Something to pay attention to is Kansas City does have a foul to give, so I wonder if they will commit that foul before any chance of a three-point basket.
Her second free throw is up and good. Huge free throws for Ivory.
She has been tremendous. 19 points for the freshman. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 19 points on 6 of 11 shooting. 5 of 10 from downtown.
Utah Valley's going to have to shoot a three.
Yes, and this is where you need, I think it needs to be brought up that they could be looking to exhaust, I keep using that word, but I like it in this situation. They might be wanting to commit a foul before a shot, so you need to be aware of that, and if you can draw a foul in the motion of shooting, you got to be aware of that.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's important in this situation to inbound the ball to someone in a shooting position. So often we see Cavallo will run around in the paint and then curl off with her back to the basket. That's an easy indication that you can foul her with no threat of a score. But if you can inbound maybe into one of the corners for a quick three, there might be an opportunity. I'm very interested to see what Kansas City does here defensively with that foul to give.
Braslis to inbound on the sideline. She'll go inside to Carvalho. Carvalho will kick it out. Grange from the corner. No good. She had a great look. And Coach Nixon. Coach Nixon arguing with the officials. I'm not sure if she was trying to call timeout or... Definitely some confusion over here. Not quite sure what's going on. But a foul committed, sending the Roos back to the free throw line.
I'm not sure what the issue is, but Coach Nixon is not happy.
No, she is not happy at all.
Either way, Madison Grange had as good of a look as you're going to get, considering the scenario, and it was just an inch or two short as it hit the front of the rim and bounced over the top. That was so close to going in, and credit Coach Nixon and that staff for drawing up a perfect out-of-bounds play to get a great look.
Coach Nixon is still hot. I don't think I've ever seen her get a technical foul, but if she persists, we might see it.
It could be worth asking in the postgame.
She is still going after the official. The first free throw is no good. Coach Nixon saying they do not have any timeouts.
And the game's not over because they haven't made a free throw yet to ice it.
And they do make that one. Holland's going to heave something up. It's no good. A tough way to lose. And Coach Nixon is still talking to the official. She is so upset. I've never seen
very
it
often. I'm curious what it was, because from my vantage point, I saw a fantastic out-of-bounds play that just came up a bit short. Tough loss for the Wolverines as they only scored 12 points in the fourth quarter.
They definitely... Go ahead.
I was just going to say there was an 11-0 run late in the fourth quarter that really hurt. And offensively, there was a drought of about 4 minutes that came at the wrong time. Man, heartbreak loss for the Wolverines, but you really have to tip your cap to their effort. They were down double digits several times, fought back, got the lead. I mean, this team is young and they are good. They're dangerous.
Very.
And that's a tough loss.
Very tough. Leading the way for Utah Valley was Jordan Holland. Finished with 16. We're going to take a break on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail,